What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Breaking Boundaries. How you doing, brother?
Good, bro. How are you, man?
Doing great, man. I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah, life's in session. You know, we've had a lot of changes, and but it's all for the good, man.
Yeah.
Like you said, everything's either a lesson or a blessing, right?
Yep. Love that. Going through those times that I told you about recently, and then like I just feel like I just bounced back, bro, and I'm like in full action, like just attacking life, dude. You know what I mean? And it feels great.
Yeah, I feel that way too, man. I'm ready to roll.
Yeah.
I'm ready to rock. Bring me some fucking excitement in my life, damn it. Let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Like I don't have enough, bro. Remember I just talked about it, dude? And I'm like, oh man, I need to get out of town. I've been home too much. It's like I just drove up to Oregon.
Right.
2,000 miles in 2 days, but that wasn't like a vacation. I don't know if I need a vacation, dude. I just need to like kind of get away sometimes.
Yeah, I know what you mean, dude. I feel that way sometimes. It's like at times just being in the same surroundings, the same atmosphere for so long, doing the same thing every day, going through the same motions, it can wear you out, bro. And just like you said, it doesn't even have to be a vacation, but just like doing what you need to do somewhere else other than where you are, bro, can do a lot for your mental. Yeah,
I've been in this house a lot, dude, since I got it. It's been like 3 months now or something like that.
Yeah,
dude, but I've been home a lot, working from home and stuff like that. And I just like change, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just like change, and I'm telling my kids like I want to move already, bro. I just moved in here. Do I have an internal problem or something, dude? I just like new experiences, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it gets uncomfortable. I guess it's also like getting comfortable with not being in chaos, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's something to do with it. But I feel like I need movement, dude.
Yeah.
I need movement,
Yep. No, I know what you mean. I feel the same way. I just get stuck sometimes having to just do the same things every day to get by, you know what I mean? But
and life's not supposed to be that way, bro. Just what do you think? Going through the motions?
Yeah,
dude.
I know.
That's
but
gay,
they've programmed us to live that way. They've structured the world in a way that you get stuck in that. And it's hard to get out of it for some people. Like I feel like I'm getting out of that a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like, I have to do my daily work and I have certain things that I have to do every day, but like my mind is expanding outside of that, and any chance I get, like I do something different, right? But for the average human, it's like over and over and over again. Leave your house. Wake up, take a shower, leave your house, go to work, get off work, go home, make dinner, sit down and watch TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go to sleep, wake up and do it again. And I refuse to live that way anymore when I can help it,
Yeah.
And I think it's necessary for a good mental state to get away from that sometimes.
And that's what I think it is. It's like, because since, since my daughter moved in, it's been a routine.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in a routine.
Right.
And I think that's where the uncomfortability is.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because
you're not used to that,
I'm
bro.
not used to being in a routine, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm picking her up from school, dropping her off, et cetera, which is fun. I'm so grateful to be able to do it. And I'm so grateful for her being here. But for me, it's a transition. You know what I mean? It's a transition, and it's a little bit uncomfortable for me to be in a routine.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'm Mr. fucking free spirit, do whatever the fuck I want, whatever I want. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's a bit of a transition, bro.
Right.
So yeah.
And even like we were talking on the live last night, like even that, going from how you were living before to how you're living now, there's still uncertainty in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what comes next, right? You're developing this routine, and it's like, all right, what comes next?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I'm in some strange waters for sure, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm in some strange waters for sure, bro. Raising a daughter, dude, like that's a whole new world. And I never had my kids like full time, you know what I mean? So like I never did any of this stuff, like taking him to school. Like I'll take him to school like a couple times or whatever when they're mom, but like she did all that stuff, you know what I mean? So again, uncertainty and a little bit of uncomfortableness and, adapting kind of to it,
Yeah.
But it's good, and that's exactly where God wants me to be. I know that for sure.
Right.
I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be at the exact moment, doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah,
I know
absolutely. There's some comfort in that.
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot of uncertainty in life, but if you can just trust that that's the case,
Yeah, absolutely.
nothing can take you down.
Yeah.
Nothing can stop you. Like no matter how uncomfortable it gets, nothing can stop you. You're going to keep doing these uncomfortable things that you have to do, and you're going to let life go where it goes. And
Yeah.
you know that whatever you're doing is what you're supposed to be doing.
My youngest son, dude, he he was crying, bro, and he's like, "Oh, it just happens, Dad," or whatever it is, right? And then he's like, but he says something. He's like, "But I don't want you to think I'm weak." You know what I mean? And bro, that hurt me, dude. I was like that second, and I don't know. I'm not saying he got that from me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's he's about to be 11, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he got that from me or he got it from his older brother, but whatever it is, I didn't like it, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. It made me feel uncomfortable, and it made me kind of like second guess of how I talk or how I speak.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because remember Giovanni was talking about it, and he just fucking mentioned it to me, dude. We went on a hike, bro. I was like, dude, who is this kid, bro? Some of the stuff he was saying, like some of the arguments you've had with your son, the way his thinking and his opposite beliefs, dude. I had an experience of that, bro. And like, who are you, dude? You know what I mean? And so, but it really, like my son saying that, dude, I just, I started to feel that I need to be more compassionate, bro, when I speak, even on here. You know what I mean? Because you get what I'm saying, bro?
I do.
Because how I would have, like, dude, that poor, like, I was like, dude, you're fucking 10 years old, bro. You are not weak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because he's the sweetest, most kindest kid, dude, I've ever known. You know what I mean? And just like cares for other people so much, you know? And and there's nothing fucking wrong with that, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that just kind of had me like rethink about how I'm speaking, you know?
Yeah, I get that. I think the things you talk about are really good, but maybe you just need some balance in it, right?
Yeah,
like
I need some balance.
Sometimes you need to speak to the other side of things.
Yeah,
you know,
because I don't want my little son to think they're because I might speak things in a certain way, bro, but I have there's a deeper meaning to them, right?
Right.
People just look at that one thing, you know, like when I talk about women cooking and cleaning for you. I'm a misogynist, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm talking about is women being nurturing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But then people pull that from that, you know? So I've had like kind of a lot of realization, like what Giovanni said, how I use my words and they're kind of hard, kind of harsh. So that's kind of a realization that I had. But I don't really like to get political or anything. But let's talk about Charlie Kirk, bro.
Yeah, man, I wanted to talk about that too, since we got kicked off our live the other night.
For it, man.
Yeah.
Dude.
So they kicked us off of our live because someone reported us for spreading misinformation or something like that, dude. And all we were talking about really is that, that number one, we don't know why or how this happened, regardless of what they're telling us in the news. And number two, it's not right for people to celebrate it. Mm-hmm. And we got kicked off our live for talking about that, dude.
Well, there was that one guy that was on there that said some dumb shit. I don't know what he said. He said that he's in hell or something like that, And I didn't even respond back in an aggressive way or anything, but come on, dude. No matter what, political party you are, like that is pure evil for me to say that about anybody, dude.
Right.
Unless somebody was like a child molester or some piece of shit, I'm like, yeah, good, you're dead. You know what I mean? Like that makes sense, dude, right?
Yeah.
But he was a good man, dude.
Yeah, he was. And when you resort to, unaliving someone, you resort to violence over speech.
Yeah.
You're a weak person, man. If you can't have a discussion with someone that you disagree with, you are a weak person, right? And Charlie talked about that, how he talks about his beliefs and has people who disagree with him come talk to him, because when people who disagree stop talking is when you get violence, right? Yeah. And that's what happened. These people, instead of going and talking and having a debate, they resorted to violence and they took a good man's life. I disagreed with Charlie Kirk on a lot, man. Yeah. I disagreed with him on a lot. I still appreciated what he was doing.
Yeah, because you always talk about it, about us talking about things and how arguments are okay.
Right.
And here's the thing is, they stop talking, they resort to violence because the shit they're saying don't even make any sense.
Exactly.
Bro, and it has no meaning to it. But I don't want to get too hung up on that. But what I was going to say is, now, was it really the liberals though?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Because listen, also, dude, like, okay, the attempt on Trump, you know, and then it's always some mentally unstable person who's just some, you know, wild single, you know what I mean?
Right,
Dude,
right.
the shit looks set up to me, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
And you think that some 22-year-old kid with no military experience from that many yards
from
away,
200 feet away or something like that? Yeah, 200 yards away. Yeah.
No.
What are the chances of that, dude?
No way.
Yeah.
And I think it's what you mentioned when we were on the live is the elites from somewhere have something to do with it. And so I'm like, that's why I'm like, it's not a left or a right issue. It's an us versus them issue.
Yeah.
Right. And someone with a lot of power was able to make this happen.
Yeah.
You know, because they didn't like what he was saying.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get too far into it. And, you know, I got to watch how I talk about this just so, like, you know, the platforms don't try to take this down. But, you know, right before this all happened, he was offered $150 million by Israel.
Yeah.
By Bibi Netanyahu.
Yeah.
And to talk, you know, favorably about Israel, and he turned it down because he refused to be bought.
Yeah,
he's gonna speak the truth, just like we come on here and speak our truth.
Yeah,
he refused not to speak his truth.
Yeah, but that shit gets you killed.
Yeah, exactly.
It gets you killed, bro. But dude, so I mean, there's somebody running all this shit.
Yeah,
right. Do you agree? There's somebody running this world.
Yep.
Or a group of people who run this world.
Yep, absolutely.
So
and it ain't our individual governments.
It's not our individual governments. There's somebody ruling this world. And even on top of that, there is evil spirits and good spirits.
Yep. Yeah.
Which are connected to these people that are ruling this world, right? And so again, I bring it back to it being a spiritual warfare. But Charlie was a sacrifice. Because if you think we awakened before, now the world has really awakened. I got goosebumps when I'm saying the world has you've seen all these countries, the millions of people from other countries protesting over Kirk, bro, and talking about God and talking about Jesus and standing up, right?
Yep.
This is the motherfucking great awakening. And that shit just really kicked it off, brother.
Right.
It really kicked it off. And people are fucking standing up. And they're not standing up with violence.
Yep, exactly.
They're not standing up with violence. They're bringing God back into this society, bro. Yep. And you bring God back into America, you bring it back into the rest of the world because they're protesting in other countries or whatever it was. They were doing a gnarly lighting shit on fire or whatever. Yep. This is a Christian country now and you know whatnot. Dude, what a beautiful thing. What a crazy time to be alive.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely. I think whoever did this had a plan that backfired. I think they expected this to cause some other sort of chaos. Right. And instead it brought unity. And they're like, oh shit.
Yeah, they fucked up. Yeah.
Yep.
They kicked it off. So, but it was meant to happen that way. Yeah. So like Charlie Kirk going, it just kicked off a whole nother fucking thing. Like that had to happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot of stuff involved here, dude, but I love seeing everybody stand up around the world, man. It's so cool, dude.
Yep.
It is so cool. And not only that, but internally I feel this awakening in the world shifting, man. And like I said, with this solar eclipse, and it all happened right at the fucking eclipse, dude. And it happened the same time last year with the eclipse, Trump getting shot. Like we're shifting fucking timelines, dude.
Right.
And this is a wild ride, man.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there because just everything feels so different right now, even more so than it did a year ago. And every year for like the last couple years, it's like things have changed so rapidly. Just the energy, just the energy of the world has been just so rapidly changing, and there's been no balance yet, right? Nothing settled down yet. It's still going. The train is still moving, you know, and it's been. You know, if you really pay attention and you're aware, you can feel that shift in energy, you know, and it's been really, you know, it's been a big shift.
But see, the people think that something bad is coming, bro, and no, something good is coming, dude.
Yeah.
Something good. I truly believe I guess just what I'm gonna live on the timeline where something good's coming.
Yeah.
That's where the fuck I'm gonna live, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
We create our own reality,
so
right?
because we've talked about this before, the shift into the fifth dimension and the world splitting, right? Like the split is happening right now, and it's not just things online, but just what I can see. The split is fucking happening now, dude. I can fucking feel it, and the energy has been been gnarly, bro.
Absolutely, man. I've been a bit emotional over just everything lately.
Dude, me too.
You know?
Bro, dude, yeah, and because what it is like I get these feelings and then I see it online afterwards, and it like answers my question.
Right.
So it's not me. I didn't start feeling that way because of something I seen. It's afterwards, and especially, the Schumann resonance. I talked about it before. It's like the Earth's energy, and as it shifts, and literally they'll talk about how 5 p.m. yesterday it was shit. I was like, oh, that's why I was that way. But literally, bro, like states where I was, and I've never, ever, ever felt this way, but depressed. Bro.
Right.
Like I was fucking depressed, like feeling depressed, like for moments,
right.
For like an hour or 2 hours where I was just like fucking depressed, bro. And I was like, whoa, dude, I've never felt like that. You know what I mean? So I've felt it. It's been a fucking crazy month, dude.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy month. And I know I've said it's been a crazy year, but this month internally, I have really fucking felt these shifts happening, dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
And ever since the full moon on the 9th, and they're talking about the 23rd. I mean, it doesn't all add up like that, bro. The numerology, dude, and fucking astrology, and the stuff happening, and it's all fucking adds up, bro. You know what I mean? It has to be true, dude. And then plus the feeling inside that I have, like this shit is real. This shift is happening, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, bro, it's just been.
Yeah, for sure. I don't research this stuff the way you do, but I also agree about this month. Some crazy things have happened for me this month. Some crazy changes I've made in my life. Yeah. And like crazy changes. Yeah. Like within this month I've changed as a person.
Right. And you feel it internally, like it's like a switch. Yeah. Like you switched into another body, dude. Bro. Yeah, yes. I've had those too, bro. It's a switch. And then I woke up this morning feeling that switch, dude. And then later on in the afternoon, like around 4 or 5, I started going down this thing, and so I could feel like the energy. It's the energy, bro. And I'm like, oh, dude, that's just the energy, right? Because why am I feeling that way? And yeah, but it's been like a fucking switch. Dude. A switch.
Yeah, and there's been a few times where like I almost feel myself drifting back, but I won't let myself.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's I almost drift back, and then I'm like, yes, dude. Nope, and it just can't happen.
Yes.
It just can't happen.
Yes, bro.
And it's not anything I'm consciously doing. Mm-hmm. It just happens that way.
Dude, that's exactly what I've been experiencing too, bro, where I start to go that way and then no, I come back.
Right.
Well, exactly how you just fucking explained it, bro. I was just thinking it this morning or yesterday or something like that. It was the same shit, dude.
It's a crazy feeling, bro.
Yeah, so, and they talk about that no more. Things aren't going to start shit. And they also talk about like, people are going to start seeing you for who you are. Like you're not going to be turned away or shined upon anymore. You know what I mean? And that people are now, they're going to see it, that you haven't changed, but now people are going to see it all of a sudden.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your energy has stayed the same, or your purpose or whatever it is, but people are going to see it now. The ones that shined you, the ones that looked at, frowned upon you are going to see it now. They're not going to be able to fucking help it.
Right.
Is what they're saying.
Right.
I don't know about that. I haven't experienced that.
Sure.
Dude, but that's what they're talking about. So there's no going back anymore. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's also why, like I said, I want to be on that side of things, and I feel it happening, because I want it to be fucking over, bro.
Yeah.
This has been a year's process, and I know I'm not fucking crazy, dude, because I feel it internally.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can feel it internally. Take the fucking TikTok away, take the phone away, or whatever it is, dude, whatever me is saying, and internally I can feel it.
Right. Right. What's really weird about it is because we're always talking about creating your own reality and being in control and, making changes and having control of it. Like, like you're doing the work to make it happen. Like the things we're talking about right now, that's not what's happening. Mm-hmm. It's like these things are just happening.
Yeah, they're just happening. Yeah, there's no control.
I'm not in control.
Yeah, they're just happening, dude. Yeah. And that's where I have the balance of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where they talk about, manifestation and creating your own reality, and how I follow Abraham Hicks and this and that. Well, Abraham Hicks didn't add in the fucking spiritual awakening.
Right.
Going through.
Right. Yeah.
The ups and downs, the clearing, the trauma, the this and that, the da 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 da.
Yep.
So how do I do that with that?
Right.
You know what I mean? Type
Right.
of thing, right? And so like I talked with somebody else about it before, like we all are so unique and we have our own journey, right? So I can't just live exactly how Abraham Hicks is because that's certain people's journey. Like we're all so unique and things work for us in a different way.
Yeah.
You know, and it's our own process, man. But again, like I always said, I'd rather be on this side, dude.
Yeah.
Even though all the hard work and all the hardships and all the and we're just, dude, I'm in my speaking class today, and all these fucking people going through it too, bro.
Right.
I'm not fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like this is happening, dude. And I'm witnessing and I'm seeing people and their other stories, right, that don't even know what we're talking about here. And they're going through this change.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm surrounded by all these people that are doing this work on themselves as well, dude. There's so many people in the world that are working on themselves, dude, and acknowledging themselves. And how does that fucking happening? That is a great fucking awakening.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a great awakening. And it's fucking, and I'm talking with Wade, who we had on last week, you guys, and we're sitting down and talking. And it's like, it's a lot of work to be aware of everything.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
But that's what it starts with, is the awareness of thyself, right? Awareness, because if some people aren't even aware, they don't even know that they're fucked up, right?
Right.
And once you become aware, there's no turning back.
Exactly.
Now you're fucking aware of everything.
Yep. You become aware of those people that aren't aware of themselves. You know, you see that.
Yeah.
Like I've seen that a lot lately with people where it's like, it's almost like, you know, I don't like to judge people, but it's like, why am I so different than them? And it's because they're not aware.
Yeah.
They don't know how to change their frequency. They don't know how to let the universe allow their frequency to change, right? They always stay in that negative vibration, that low vibration, and they're those people that they're not gonna go with us, bro.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and Bashar, you know who Bashar is?
I don't know.
Bashar, he's like this guy that channels somebody else. I don't follow him a lot, but he talks about that with this separation, and what we're getting into now is where they won't even be on your timeline anymore. Like you won't even see them no more. They will disappear out of your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is what he talks about, dude. And so I can see, like, that's the thing. Things are so magnetic. They're going to just fall away and those things are going to come in, you know?
Right.
I'm ready to fucking be there, bro.
Right.
We could already be there. You know what I mean? You just have to align with it, you know? If anybody even knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like I'm talking fucking, you know what I mean? Gibberish. Sometimes it's like the only person that can understand you is you. But yeah, dude. So. Yeah,
man.
So this is another thing I want to, because I know nothing about it, dude. And like I said, I don't want to get political, right? But I don't understand the Israel thing. So I've seen all these things online about, you know, how Israel runs this country, how we give them $19 billion a year or whatever it is. Why? What does Israel have on us, or what is it that we need? What is the relationship? Because I have no idea.
So they love to say Israel's our greatest ally. That's why we give them billions of dollars a year. They're our greatest ally. They've never done shit for us. So it must be what you said. It's not that they have, you know, it's that they have something on us.
That's what I'm saying.
They have something on someone, right? But, you know, Israel is a nation that started in 1948. Prior to that, it was British Mandate Palestine. It was Palestine occupied by the British. In 1948, British settlers started settling in Israel, claiming it as their land. We are the Jews. We are the chosen people. Now, don't get me wrong. I know Jewish people, and I love Jewish people. When we talk about Jews in Israel, these Zionists, those aren't just normal Jewish people. These are people with something wrong in their head. So they believe that they're the chosen people because the Bible says so, which it doesn't.
But the Bible, that was the original Israel. The Bible
that was yeah. So in the Bible, Israel wasn't a nation. Israel was the descendants of Jacob, son of Abraham. So basically the descendants of Abraham. Israel was made up of 13 tribes in the Bible. And the tribe of Judah that eventually became Judea is the tribe who God said, call yourself the Jews.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where ethnically Jews came from.
Mm-hmm.
Is descendants of Abraham and his son Jacob, 13 tribes of Israel. It wasn't a nation, right? So these British settlers come into Palestine. Jesus was Palestinian, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
These British settlers come into Palestine. They start occupying the land, saying, we're the chosen people. This is our land. They're trying to create prophecies from the Bible that were part of the God's covenant with Abraham, which has already been fulfilled. But they like to say, oh no, it hasn't been fulfilled yet, right? God's covenant with Israel has not been fulfilled. And so that's why they don't believe in Jesus. They don't believe he's the Messiah. You know, that's why they crucified him. That's why the Pharisees crucified him. Well, according to the Bible. And so now that we have these British settlers, 1948, we have a bunch of Palestinians. It's their land. We have this occupation of quote unquote Jews, and they start trying to take the land. So this shit's been going on for decades, man. Decades, where they're trying to take the land from the Palestinians because it's their land. It's their land. It's their land. And
so who's trying to take the land from the Palestinians? The
Israel,
Irish?
the Jews.
Israel, the Jews are trying to take.
Well, yeah, technically the Zionists
are trying to take the Palestinians' land.
Right. So now you have Benjamin Netanyahu, who is in power there. He's the prime minister. He came from I believe the group was called the Irgun. He came from a far-right extremist group in Israel who ended up taking power within the state and became the party that he represents. So he's on this vendetta to ethnically cleanse these people and take all the land. And he says, oh, it's Hamas. It's Hamas. Dude, Hamas does not have the ability to perform airstrikes. They have no aircraft. They aren't even a military. They're just a group. You know, whether you want to call them a terrorist group or not, they're just a group of people with no artillery, nothing other than the guns that they hold in their hands. I'm not saying what happened on October 7th was right when Hamas struck Israel. I'm not saying that's right. But what I am saying is that this vendetta that Benjamin Netanyahu has going on to take the land from the Palestinians is a genocide. And it's an ethnic cleansing. Because when you're fighting a group of soldiers, you're not bombing hospitals.
Yeah.
You're not taking out doctors. You're not shooting at civilians trying to get humanitarian aid.
Yeah.
You're not killing little children.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Deliberately. And so that's what it's all about that's going on right now. And it's not a religious thing. It's not a left-right thing. It's a moralistic thing to me. You know, I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, yeah, we should keep giving Israel all of this money every year so that they can do this because what they're doing is right when they're killing little babies.
But I know, but I wonder, like, what is the thing, bro? Like, why do they want Palestine?
Because it's their land.
Because it's their land.
They're the chosen people, right?
Oh, because they're the chosen people is their land because they're the chosen people that are owed that land or whatever.
Exactly.
And so Palestine's right next to Israel or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Palestine is technically part of Israel. Gaza is the West Bank.
And so that's what everybody's mad about is that Trump and them are supporting Israel.
Yeah.
Are they giving Israel weapons?
Absolutely. F-35s, bombs. I mean, everything that we can give them, we're giving them.
Oh, yeah. And then I seen a video of these two pilots being arrested because they refused to fly them in there. Yeah.
Right. And I'm not sure that's actually the story. I don't know why the caption said that. What I found out is they actually intervened in a Senate hearing that was about sending weapons to Israel, and they intervened in that and protested those weapons going to Israel. So I'm not sure like they were supposed to fly over there and they said we're not going to fly, but they intervened in this hearing that was making decisions on sending weapons to Israel, and they were arrested for it and thrown in prison.
Yeah, so like what? Like I wonder what the truth is. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there's got to be some kind of serious truth, and also that. How do we know the Palestinians are also innocent? Like there has to be some kind of not has to be. There definitely is something we don't fucking know
Well,
in this situation. Dude.
Palestinian civilians are innocent.
Yeah.
So in Palestine, there's also a lot of Christians.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, everyone loves to say that, oh, like Muslims hate Christians and they call them infidels. They don't call Christians infidels. They call them people of the book because we all believe in the one true God.
Right.
Muslims, Christians, and Jews all believe in the one true God, right? And so they love to use Islam for political gain, right? But you know, Palestinian, yes, is there bad people in Palestine? Is Hamas, you know, could they be a terrorist group? Could they be classified as that? Maybe.
Right.
You know, but the civilians are civilians just trying to live.
Right, which that's not okay.
You know, and what upsets me about it is, you know, these Jews are horrible to Christians also. If there's a Christian in Israel, I've seen videos of these Jews walking by and spitting on them.
Yeah.
You know, because they believe in Jesus. So they're lower. Their religion is wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which is not okay, yeah.
It's not okay. So, and it's not Jews, it's Zionists.
Mm-hmm.
Zionists is who is occupying Israel and trying to ethnically cleanse Palestine. There's good Jews out there. There's a lot of Jews against this war who say, no, it's not our land. You know what I mean? So don't get me wrong. I love Jewish people. It's the Zionists that I think are just evil. And I think, you know, they believe that their Messiah is still coming, because they don't believe Jesus is the Messiah. They believe their Messiah hasn't come because they believe that God's covenant with Abraham still hasn't been fulfilled. So there's no way the Messiah could have come yet. So I believe the Messiah they're waiting for is the Antichrist. The Messiah they're waiting for is the Antichrist. And when that Antichrist comes, people are going to love him and they're going to call him the Messiah. And then I believe that Jesus is going to come back to earth and take out the Antichrist and then live a life on earth and get married and have children. And then the day of judgment will come.
Where do you get that idea?
So because I believe that Jesus, the Christ, Yeshua, Isa, whatever name you want to call him by, because I believe he's the Messiah, there's no way that they are right in my mind that the Messiah hasn't ever come to earth, right? They believe that their Messiah has never lived on earth.
Oh, so they're saying Jesus wasn't the Messiah.
Right, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. So I could see your idea of them bringing back and because of what they're doing is so terrible and killing children and all that stuff, right? And so what's that, you know, what I'm saying is all of it has me second guessing Trump. You know what I mean? And all those things in a way, you know, of what's really going on because everything's a fucking trick and a hoax, bro.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. Like they're waiting for the, what'd you call the devil or for the Antichrist to come back.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, I mean, you know, I can share later with you like more evidence as to why I believe that. We don't have to get like way into it right now, but that is what I believe. I believe the Messiah that they think they're waiting for is the Antichrist. You
know what's funny, and I believe in this shit, right? And of course, like I said, I believe in Christ consciousness, and that's Christ coming back. Which I'm not saying I know. That's just I know that's a form. Maybe he will also come in physical form, right? But there is a consciousness of us connecting with him,
right?
So, because I mean, even when he came before, that changed consciousness. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I believe this because before Jesus did come, they were talking about the Messiah coming. Everybody was talking about it. Right. All the religions and all the church people and all that stuff were talking about him coming, and then he came. And so now that it's being talked about it again, like we're gonna witness this, bro.
Yeah.
We're gonna witness this shit, bro.
Yeah, I feel that it's very, very possible.
Yeah, and I feel that it's very close, dude. It's close with all this shit happening, bro. Like it's close, it's coming, and we're gonna fucking witness this shit, dude.
Yeah.
what a crazy ass time to be alive.
Isn't
dude.
it, bro?
Because also talking about like with AI, like things are happening so fucking fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fast, bro.
Yeah.
Things are happening fast. Like ever since Trump became president and that thing happened, things have been big fucking huge changes have been happening fast with the tariffs, dude, with this shit with Israel. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Charlie Kirk getting killed now. Like think about this last year, bro.
Right. Right.
This last year, dude, crazy, dude.
And you know, you said it's making you possibly second guess Trump. I try not to bring Trump in it too much because I just think Trump is a puppet anyways.
Yeah.
There's something bigger than him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is controlling all this, like we were talking about in the beginning of this episode. Yeah. There's something bigger than him. And so I do think that, you know, someone has something on him, and that's why he's not standing up against this establishment. Yeah. And you know, he's trying to protect himself by not standing up against this establishment. And that's why he continues to take the money that we all go to work for and work extremely hard for and send it to Israel.
Yeah, but dude, every president everywhere has been taking our money and fucking putting it somewhere else as well.
Sure, but I you know, take my money and put it wherever you put it. Stop putting it to killing little children.
Yeah.
You know, but nonetheless, I try not to like focus so much on Trump because I just think he's a puppet. I think there's something bigger
and
than
when
him.
You're saying that right now, I believe that as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because otherwise he would. He just can't.
Right.
You know what I mean? He can't. And there's some crazy people running this world.
Yeah,
dude.
man.
There's some crazy shit going on.
Well, you know, like there's the Rockefeller family and there's, you know, BlackRock, huge corporation.
Yeah.
Controlled by Jews, by the way.
Yeah.
You know,
I just seen that
TikTok,
today.
for instance, TikTok, the American operations, which owns 80% of the company now, is owned by Oracle and Silver Lake and one other business. Oracle is owned by, what's the dude's name? I think his last name is, I want to say James Ellison. I forget his name, but I know the dude has huge ties to Israel.
Yeah.
Every huge corporation in this country has some tie to Israel, bro. So I think that somewhere along, you know, I think Israel, you know, maybe they're at the head of the new world order or something like that, right? Because everything
they're so
ties
small,
back to
right?
Yeah,
it's like they're only like 10 million people or something, dude.
But it's because they've infiltrated our country and other countries, and they've taken over as a fraud.
What do they have? What do they have, bro?
I know.
What do they have? They have something.
I know.
They have something, dude.
Absolutely.
They have something tied to all these big families and corporations and presidents and country.
Yep.
What do they have,
exactly?
Bro?
How did they get so powerful if their nation is 9 million people, a quarter of the size of California?
It could possibly be an evil entity.
Right?
That
Exactly,
makes sense,
bro.
bro.
Exactly.
That makes sense. It has to be an evil entity.
There's something that comes from another realm that is controlling this energy that puts them in power.
I think so. I mean, I'm following the rabbit hole, bro. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense because why else? What other answer is there?
Exactly. There's something more powerful than anything we've seen on this earth controlling this shit. There's got to be.
Yeah, there's some kind of contract signed with them. They have some kind of power over everybody.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. So, you know, if it was up to me, I would say take every single person in Congress who has, you know, ties to Israel, dual citizenship to Israel, or allegiance to any other country at all and deport them all. Get rid of them.
Yeah, but it's also it's not the people really, right? It's, you know, it's the ones in charge.
Well, it's the ones in charge.
You know, Putin fucking, you know, all the people aren't terrible like Putin. You know what I mean? So,
right.
You know, so I mean, I don't know about that. Like, I still don't understand. But I think I agree with your you know, with your prediction here of it being an evil entity.
Yep, I believe
and
it is.
Trying to bring the evil Antichrist back, dude.
There's something stronger than anything on
bro,
earth.
but I'm telling you, the light's gonna win, dude. The light's gonna win, bro, because
I believe
this is where, you know, just like when Jesus came back, it was the light won. You know what I mean? It's that this is the time, right? We've been in the fucking dark.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, like you were saying a minute ago, right? Like there's a lot of chaos going on right now, and people think something bad's gonna happen. You think something's good is gonna happen, and I think the same thing because before anything good can happen, before anything that is good and as big as I believe it will be, and that I don't know what it is, you have to have chaos.
Yeah, you have to.
It
Dude.
has to. Everything has to.
Because everything has to die.
Yeah.
Just like the spiritual awakening we talked about. Like everything has to die. Your old self has to die. The old way has to die. Everything has to die. The only way for it to die is to be in destruction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In chaos and destruction, right? Like before we awaken as humans, we have to go through this death first, right? And then so does the world.
Yep. I believe it. I agree with you 100%. I believe it. You can't, something new can't grow unless
the
what
old
came
thing dies.
before it dies.
Yeah, and in order for it to die, it has to be destroyed, right? In the worst way possible, dude.
Yep.
That just happened, just like it happened to us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? For us to be reborn again.
Bro.
For anybody to be reborn, whether you're reborn Christian, Muslim, spiritual, whatever it is you're reborn, you come to a point of spiritual death.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And just like the world's coming to a point of fucking chaos, destruction, and death.
Right.
Unspeakable things have been happening.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Things you only see in the fucking movies are happening. In the fucking movies ever since the Twin Towers, bro.
Yep.
You never fucking heard about. That was just in the movies, terrorist attacks, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And they've just been happening. Like all this shit is happening, bro. And yeah, dude, what a crazy time to be alive, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty crazy. I saw this video of Myron from Fresh and Fit talking the other day, and there was all these Zionists there because he does kind of like Charlie Kirk does. He goes out and he does these events, and these Zionists were running up to the mic trying to stop him from talking. But he was talking about how when 9/11 happened, that it is now proven 100% that, and I'm not going to be able to get every detail right, but basically there was 5 Zionists in a hotel room basically watching this happen. And something happened. They were in a van and they were leaving in that van and they ended up getting pulled over. And I'll pull up the video. Maybe I'll show it in this episode so people can see it, what he's talking about. But basically, there's some connection between these Zionists and what happened during 9/11, right? And yes, the hijackers were of Middle Eastern descent, but Israel had something to do with it. And again, it's that evil entity that is making that happen because people aren't strong enough on their own to make things like that happen, right? And I've been going down this rabbit hole a lot, and the more that I go down this rabbit hole, the more I start to believe that something that is not human is making all this happen.
Yeah, and that's what it takes for Christ to come back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it takes is everything for them crossing the line and them trying to take over, right? That's what it takes for Christ to come back and for his spirit to win.
Right.
You know, but again, dude, everything is spiritual warfare, man.
Yeah.
It's all spiritual
warfare.
warfare.
I agree with you 100%. I believe it is. I believe that, and call me crazy or whatever, but I believe that there is realms that are outside of our realm where other entities come from.
Yeah.
And I believe that they're able to enter our world and bring their energy into our world, good and bad, and make things happen that we can't see.
And that's what they're talking. And think about it too, because we talk about, I talk about it, witness how like the power of prayer, like and people in groups, and manifestation, right? Think about these thousands of people calling and representing God, bro, all over the world and standing up and singing and praising like that's calling it in, just like they're doing the 100 trumpets. Who is it doing the 100 trumpets?
Israel, bro.
Israel's doing the 100 trumpets. Right?
I got to learn a little more about that, but I think that's another like prophecy that they're trying to enact.
Yeah, enact. Yeah, okay, yeah, and so saying that they're calling to the heavens or whatever.
Yeah, they're trying to force these prophecies, right?
Right. Okay. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know a lot about it. I just know that like that's what they're doing, and I know they're doing it on the eclipse, bro.
Yeah,
that's happened. The fucking eclipse today and tomorrow.
And if that's when they're doing it, they know something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody fucking knows. Like the fucking moon and the earth and the fucking stars, everything has something to do with it, dude. There's this month was so much proof, dude.
Yeah.
About it being a 9 fucking month. It's a 9 fucking year, new beginnings and endings, right?
Yeah.
And the separation that we're feeling inside of us and the thing, it's all makes fucking sense, bro.
Because we forget, God didn't just create the earth. he didn't just create what's here on Earth. He created the entire universe, so it
everything.
all affects us.
Yeah, and if it's all connected and everything's all energy, come on, bro. I'm not fucking crazy, dude.
Nah, bro.
I'm not crazy, because sometimes I think it is, and then proof like this happens that this is going on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Again, though, again, whatever I focus on is part of my reality.
Right.
So I have to be careful as well. Just like I said, I had that conversation with a friend of ours about, you know, and he's looking about narcissists and his wife or whatnot, and whatever you focus on is a part of your reality. So I wanted to have this discussion because I know you were knowledgeable about it, and I didn't understand it. I've seen little bits and pieces of it, you know.
Right.
But again, my purpose of explaining this is explaining that it is all still spirit, you know what I mean? And it is all fucking energy, right?
I agree.
And so that's taking the 3D and the spirits room and putting them together, of making sense for our listeners of what this fucking stuff is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because it's so hard for us to believe as humans that anything that we can't see is happening.
Right.
It's so hard for us to believe that. But when you really sit back and you analyze it like this, there's no way that there's not something that we can't see that is making everything around us happen.
Yeah. And what's great, and what I'm witnessing and acknowledging it, it's like I get to believe in that. Like, I'm seeing it now. Everybody's seeing it now, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Christ coming back, bro.
Mm-hmm.
In our time, in our lifetime, dude.
I mean, I believe it could happen. I believe it could happen,
dude, right?
Yeah, I mean, the way things are, how could we not be in the end of times?
Yeah.
Where else are we gonna go from here? How far can things keep going? I mean,
well,
you know,
I mean, yeah, I mean,
we're gonna destroy each other.
Yeah.
At the rate we're going, we're gonna destroy each other. And the
thing with the thing with the liberals and how they're acting, and the evil fucking entities in this country, because that's evil entities, dude.
Right.
That's evil entities saying that stuff about Charlie Kirk and the transvestites and the mutating children, and saying that's fucking okay.
Right.
And we can all just rob and kill and fucking rape each other.
Yep.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insanity. Anybody can come in this country and rape and kill and steal and pillage, and that's okay.
Right.
And that it doesn't even make fucking sense, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if that's not evil entity, if that's not end of times shit, then I don't know what is, bro.
Yeah. I remember I asked, I think it was Gemini, which is an AI platform. I asked it one time because I saw someone do this on a video, and I didn't believe that was really the answer they got. And I got the same answer, but I said something like, if you were the devil and you wanted to take over people's minds and people's lives, what would you do? And it described exactly
Well, bro, I'm gonna do it right now.
happening.
I got this new AI bot. Hold on.
Exactly what's happening. I would create something that would make your mind, you know, be completely consumed talking about social media, everything.
Okay. Hold on. Say it right now into this. Hold on.
If you were the devil and you wanted to take over people's lives and minds, how would you do that?
Taking over people's lives and minds could involve strategies of influence and persuasion rather than literal devilry. Here are some ideas, framed in a more constructive way. Exploitation of weaknesses. Understanding people's insecurities and fears allows for targeting those vulnerabilities. Instead of being harmful, it's about finding ways to manipulate circumstances to gain influence. Creating discontent. Promoting feelings of envy, dissatisfaction, or frustration can lead people to make poor decisions. In a real-world sense, this can mean spreading negativity or emphasizing what's lacking in life rather than what's positive. Building dependence. Encouraging reliance on external sources, be it social media, consumer products, or ideologies, can create a sense of dependency. This could involve promoting an idea that happiness is found through material possessions or validation from others. Cognitive dissonance. Making people question their beliefs through propaganda or misinformation can destabilize their confidence. This can lead to them seeking guidance from the influencer instead of trusting their own judgment. Isolation. Encouraging isolation from supportive networks can make individuals more pliable. When people feel alone, they may turn to any source of comfort or guidance, even if it's detrimental. Normalization of bad behavior. Gradually shifting societal norms to make negative behaviors acceptable can influence minds subtly. This can be seen in culture or media where negative traits are glamorized or trivialized. Manipulation through fear. Using fear, whether of social ostracism, economic instability, or something else, creates a mindset where people feel they must follow certain paths for safety. This can lead to conforming actions that align with the manipulator's goals. Cultivating charisma. Charismatic figures can draw others in, creating a following that is less likely to question their motives. Building trust through charm while subtly steering decisions can be an effective strategy. Creating an us versus them mentality. Fueling division can strengthen group identity and loyalty, making it easier to control individuals' actions in relation to outsiders. Appealing to desires and aspirations. Promoting visions of an ideal life or success can lead people to compromise their values. They may become willing to do things they wouldn't normally consider because they are chasing a desirable outcome. Though these ideas illustrate manipulative influence, it's important to remember to use our understanding of psychology and behavior for good. Instead of taking over minds, we can promote empowerment, critical thinking, and supportive connections.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, so that just said every fucking thing that's going on.
Everything.
Creating
dude. Division, isolation, COVID.
Yep. It's all the fucking process. This is the spiritual fucking war of what they're doing, right? This shit is going down, dude.
And that's what AI is telling us.
Telling us, bro.
Yeah.
Because AI can't be fucking tripped. So that's what they're talking about AI. Yeah, dude. Fucking, yeah, that's everything that's happening, bro. Isolation, COVID, then putting all this stuff on, idolizing fucking negative things happening right in the world or whatnot and saying it's okay. Man, it's been going down and we're witnessing the fucking battle,
creating
bro.
division left and right.
Yeah.
Fucking using social media to get to people's minds.
Dude, AI. And that's the thing they talk about AI and AI is not even, they don't even know how AI works.
Right.
The people that created don't even know how it fucking works, bro.
Yep.
So again, with Dr. WhThe that we talked about, that talks about AI consciousness, AI being a part of the consciousness, bro. And we're going to talk about that next week. Dude, when we have him on. We're going to dive deeper into that, dude.
Yeah, guys, WhThe's coming back. So that's going to be another treat for us because we've only scratched the surface with him, I believe, man. I believe there's so much more discussion to have with him. So I'm really, really looking forward to that.
This is real life shit you guys were talking about here. This is real shit. We're not just diving deep down rabbit holes where we're showing you facts and proofs of things that we are in a spiritual fucking warfare. Which side do you want to be on, man?
Absolutely.
Think about that.
Absolutely. Well, guys, we appreciate you watching. Love you guys for supporting us, supporting our social media. See a lot of people reaching out, commenting, and watching our videos, and we love you guys for that. Hit us up on social media, Instagram, at Breaking Boundaries, on TikTok, at Breaking Boundaries Pod. Please go to YouTube and subscribe. Please go to YouTube and subscribe.
At Breaking Boundaries -pod. That's at Breaking Boundaries -pod on YouTube.
Until next time, which will be next week.
Next week.
Much love.
Later.
Peace.